So in scanning through these pictures, are there any things that stand out to you that you want to point out?
Absolutely. So I really love how they have this rug that it was kind of like a runner going through the kitchen, incorporating all of those fun, playful colors that they use throughout the space. And then you see a lot of wood tones throughout. They did wood floating shelves that go alongside that to the left and right of the range. And I also want to get a better close-up of this area right here. So you can actually see our shelves from Shiloh come painted. So the interior of the cabinet's painted when you do a glass finish, just so it looks
Matches.
Complete as
Right.
well. So we have Balanced Design partnered with the same people who did the wood material for the side of the range, and they did the shelves in that wood material, just so it's very, very cohesive throughout the space. And that's something my eye just is drawn towards that feature. It brings a lot of warmth and earthiness to the space. It's really, really lovely.
Yeah. So who did we work with on this project, and what cabinet manufacturer did we use?
Yeah, so for this project, we work with Balanced Design. They're one of our great partners that we work on a few projects with. And we use, for this cabinet line, Shiloh, which does inset cabinetry, and they chose a painted finish.
Tell me about that butcher block and the wicker furniture.
So the butcher block here on the countertop, they absolutely love to cook. So that was something put in place by, again, Balanced Design. And they thought that that would be a great idea to have a stationary cutting board on the countertop. And of course, they did a great job matching all of those wood tones to the butcher block throughout that space.
Yeah, I love that. Good. Just tell me a little bit about the highlights of this particular project.
So the Napa door style is really, really thin, narrow door style. It's a thin, narrow shaker. So what they did to be able to incorporate glass in there without seeing any hinging from the back of the door, they added an inner rail detail to cover any hinges that would be exposed through the glass. So I really love that detail. Shiloh did an amazing job at covering any hinges that you would see looking straight on. I think
that's typical a problem with glass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you tend to see those hinges.
Yeah. So when you're looking, glasses, unless you do like a frosted glass or a textured glass, if you do a clear glass, you're going to see the hinges through the glass. So they did a great job of concealing it and making sure it isn't visible.
Yeah, that's great. What else did you like about it?
So one of my personal favorites is this added island detail. It was the valance and the leg detail. I think when you look at the overall kitchen itself, this really added a subtle elegance to the design, and I think it just wrapped it up beautifully. So there's tons and tons of detail in this leg here, and then that simple valance that matches going, from cabinet to cabinet on that island.
And can you show me a little bit of the design drawings where this came up?
Yeah, absolutely. So the initial design did not include that valance and leg detail. So I then incorporated it, kind of like a phase 2. So I showed them an image of what it would look like. They signed off on the actual leg finish itself. And then we got into the specific details of how it would look, then we got into the specifics of where exactly on that island it would be placed. And I even told our installers, specific detail, cut valance down on job site to fit. So I over-ordered to make sure we had enough room, and they cut it on the job site to fit. These are elevations of where it's to be placed. So the valance was supposed to be cut to 3 inches high, and it just gives you every ounce of detail that they would possibly need to make sure that it goes smooth. And then this is another view from that end view of how that would look.
Excellent. Did it come from the factory, sprayed that color?
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Were there any unique challenges or hurdles during the project, and how were those overcome?
One of the interesting challenges is they had a pre-existing layout where the range was actually in the corner of the kitchen. So where one wall meets another, their range was in that area. So we tried to, this is a range top, and we tried to keep that same footprint so we didn't have to move any
Like gas lines?
Exactly,
Yeah.
any lines
Right.
or
Or the
hood
vent hood.
ventilation,
Oh,
things
yeah.
of that nature.
Yeah.
So it was, of course, a challenge, but it was something that we overcame, and I think it turned out beautiful, and you don't see it very often in the industry where, you know, your cooking appliance is in the corner of your kitchen.
Yes.
So it's a really unique feature, and it's something that they love. Their kitchen had that for years, and they did not just want to up and change to a different
Right.
layout. You know, if it works
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
you know.
Why not? Yeah. Can you show me some of the installation pictures that
Yeah,
was related to
absolutely.
that?
These are installer photos that they send to us just to make sure everything's going smoothly. So you can see on this left-hand side, they're still getting things in place. There's a filler here, and then there's the next end panel going all the way back, and the same thing's done on the other side.
Yeah. I know that's pretty tricky. Looks like they pulled it off well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks amazing in person.
Yes.
So
Good.
stop in today and we'll make your dream kitchen a reality.